हेलो फ्रेंड्स, केजी क्लासेस में आपका स्वागत है। आज हम आपको फ्रांसिस बेकन के लॉन्ग आंसर के बारे में बताएंगे। क्वेश्चन 4 है, बेकन सेज आई हैव टेकन ऑल नॉलेज टू बी माई प्रोविंस। डिस्कस दिस ऑब्जर्वेशन इन रिलेशन टू हिज एसेस। और बेकन्स एसेस आर compendium of precepts or rather reflections which are true of all men and for all time. Discuss, or it is in the great range of his observation and not any philosophical originality that the appeal of Bacon's essays lies. Discussed with reference to his essays, or Bacon's essays come home to men's business and bosoms. Discuss and illustrate. Answer, wide variety of subject. Bacon essays are short papers on an immense variety of subjects, from grave questions of moral and policy down to the arts of amusement and the most trifling accomplishments. His essays roughly fall into four groups. First, a man in his home. Second, man in public life. Third, politics. And fourth, abstract subjects. In his essays, therefore, Bacon tries to discover the fundamental principles of conduct that influence the actions of men. His essays reflect his experience of life, but they tell us nothing of his personal likes and dislikes. Bacon called his essays dispersed meditations, fragments of my conceits. These essays, said Bacon, come home to men's business and bosoms. The original idea was to make the essays a sort of literary diary in which significant observations on various topics of practical importance, domestic, social, political, moral, religious, literary, and philosophical, are jotted down in a concise and terse language where they stand like beads joined by a single thread, the thread being the set theme to which each separate remark is related. The essays are rightly designated by Bacon as counsel, civil and moral, having a compendium of precepts. Bacon's essays are compendium of precepts based on man's personal and social life. His essays are based on his practical observations of life. In fact, Bacon took all knowledge to be his province. It was his practice to take within the purview of his intellectual province all the burning questions of the day. No more keen observer of life and affairs than Bacon ever lived in his time. The result is that his essays are specimens of wisdom arising out of an universal interest into the affairs of the world. They come home, he says, to men's business and bosoms. They are the fruits of his observation of man and things. He called them dispersed meditation. He was extraordinarily discursive in his interest in that he could utter pregnant thoughts on almost any theme which appeals to all men at all times. Although it is true to say that most of his utterances is in politics, sociology, economics and religion have become outmoded today. Some of the essays are on domestic relation, some are on recreational subject, travel, health, politics, economics, ethics, sociology and religion or theology. There is a confused overlapping of subject matter. He wrote the essays more for the use of great men at the helm of private affairs, kings or princes, than for the common man. We have to go back to Aristotle for a parallel to Bacon's almost encyclopedic range of mind. He supplies us with short dissertations, wholly sententious in form, supported by quotations from the ancient but founded on his own direct observation. Most of the essays are naturally affected by the events of the time and reflect its outward features. Palatial fruits, days and lovely garden in the grand manner of nobles, princes and kings, mosques and triumphs which Bacon produced in order to gratify noblemen in high places and kings' favorites, kingdom and politics, economics, etc. His reflection on public policy take the color of the age. They are more prudential than moral. More than half of the essays deal with public life or public affairs, which reveal the interest, problems and modes of thought of the ruling class of his age, concealed in an atmosphere of business, of cold-blooded expediency and sometimes of unscrupulous self-interest. He was a man of versatile genius, and as much as such, his interests were not limited to any particular field of life. He writes on a bewildering variety of abstract subjects such as truth, revenge, etc., and then goes on to more modern things of domestic relations as parents and children, love, marriage, and single life, etc. Heading a versatility of Bacon's knowledge. Bacon was a shrewd and keen observer of human nature. He correctly observes that a man's nature can be hidden but never completely extinguished. Bacon studied human nature but for practical purposes. He had an insatiable thirst for knowledge and learning. He wrote to his friend Lord Worley, I have as vast contemplative ends as I have moderate civil ends, for I have taken all knowledge to be my province. Evidently, his essays cover the encyclopedic range of his knowledge. His essays cover abstract subjects such as truth, friendship, revenge, and nobility. Common subjects such as envy, love, travel and marriage and single life, and such ordinary subjects as garden, buildings, etc. In fact, Bacon's versatility of genius made him feel at home in all the subjects. Versatility of Bacon's knowledge is evident in his essays of studies. For example, reveals Bacon's knowledge about the intellectual equipment required by a man of the world. Nothing can be more enlightening than the following observation. Some books are to be tasted, others to be swallowed, and some few to be chewed and digested. Of studies से लिया गया ये. Bacon's essays reveals his shrewd observation of man and the world. The following aphoristic remarks bear witness to his deep knowledge of human affairs. First, unmarried men are the best friends, best masters, best servants, but not always the best subjects. ये ऑफ मैरिज एंड सिंगल लाइफ से लिया गया है. सेकेंड है, वाइफ्स आर यंग मैंस मिस्ट्रेसेस, कंपेनियंस फॉर मिडल एज एंड ओल्ड मैंस नर्सेस. ये ऑफ मैरिज एंड सिंगल लाइफ से लिया गया है. नेक्स्ट कोटेशन है, मैन इन ग्रेट प्लेस आर थ्राइस सर्वेंट्स. ये ऑफ ग्रेट प्लेस से लिया गया है. नेक्स्ट है, स्टडीज सर्व फॉर डिलाइट, फॉर ऑर्नामेंट एंड फॉर एबिलिटी. ये ऑफ स्टडीज से लिया गया है. फिफ्थ कोटेशन है, क्राफ्टी मैन कंडेम स्टडीज, सिंपल मैन एडमायर देम एंड वाइज मैन यूज देम. ये ऑफ स्टडीज से लिया गया है. सिक्स है, सर्टेनली it is heaven upon earth to have a man's mind move in charity, rest in providence and turn upon the poles of truth. ये भी ऑफ स्टडीज ऑफ ट्रुथ से लिया गया है. हेडिंग है एसेस. कम होम टू मेंस बिजनेस एंड बॉसम्स. अबाउट हिज essays. Bacon says, "My essays come home to men's business and bosoms." This observation obviously hints at the great appeal of his essays. A majority of his essays deal with the affairs of men. The major subject of Bacon was man and his relation to the society and the world. It is true that quite a good number of Bacon's essays are about kings and princes. Such essays are of empire, of suitors, of the true greatness of kingdoms and states, etc. This was obvious because Bacon remained closer to this section than to the ordinary people, but it would be an injustice to him to say that his essays do not concern the interest of the ordinary educated people. Many of his interesting essays deal with common familiar subjects such as of revenge, of marriage and single life, of friendship, of nature in man, of regimen, of health, of youth and age, of riches and many more. There are many more other essays which must have been of perennial appeal to the ordinary educated readers. Bacon's essays are pithy, jotting and impressions of human life, of a man of scholarship, a man of science and a man of affairs. Many sentences in his essays read like the Proverbs of Solomon. They are in fact the first classics of English prose. They are used as class books almost as much as Shakespeare's plays. School children learn from them to analyze their thoughts, to investigate the etymological sense of words. Bacon's words are baited with their Latin meanings and to formulate condensed reflections. The essays also constitute a handbook of practical wisdom. They offer guidance for material success, political success. Their study is indispensable for a young man who seeks advancement in his life. Heading a conclusion. Bacon could write on almost any theme which appeals to all men at all times. Although most of his utterances in politics, sociology, economics and religion have become outdated, yet many of them still hold true. Some of the essays are on domestic relations, some are on recreational subjects like travel, health, politics, economics, ethics, sociology and religion. His New Atlantis is a new utopia. We have to go back to Aristotle for a parallel to Bacon's encyclopedic range of mind. Thanks, best of luck.